Brisbane has some of the most undervalued blue chip investment property within 10 to 15 Ks of the CBD or walking distance to the beaches in all of Australia. Now, with the 2032 Olympic Games coming, I thought I'd share 8 of my favourite suburbs that are currently undervalued, that are expected to do exceptional things according to the Australian Financial Review over the next 10 years. Come and have a look.
Cool, well, let's start with the city first and foremost. Now, for us, when we look at the Brisbane city, we really are talking about the 15, maybe 20 kilometre radius from the Brisbane CBD, which has sort of 2 councils there. You've got Brisbane City Council and you've also got Moreton Bay Regional Council that does edge a little bit closer. Now, Brisbane City is the 3rd largest city in all of Australia. There is an amazing amount of great universities, schools, hospitals, shopping centres, retail districts, restaurant districts, all of the amazing things that you want. And one of the coolest things that's happening in Brisbane City at the moment is the infrastructure growth, right? With the 2032 Olympic Games only 10 years away now, when you drive into the city, there is cranes all over the place, adding new infrastructure to the market, bringing new developments to the market, which is all going to add significant value. Now, there's a few suburbs that are super close to the city that I'd love to take you through, but Benny, why don't you take us through the data of Keperra, starting there?
Sure. So Keperra is probably like one of my deepest regrets of not buying there 7 years ago when we started as a business up here. Keperra has gone absolutely off in the last 7 years, but it has so much potential. It's 9 Ks from the CBD as the crow flies, has a train station which gets you straight in there. It's really split into 2 parts of a main road, and if you jump on a map, you'll see it. One part, the southern side, is probably the more expensive, blue chip part of the suburb, and then there's a lot of value on the other side. When you go through Keperra, there's beautiful knockdown rebuilds starting to go through. There's a lot of renovators. It's gentrifying extremely quickly. There's other suburbs. So Keperra, from a price point, is about an $810,000 buy, which, if you put that into perspective for Sydney and Melbourne, in like East Melbourne or like Northeast East Sydney, 9 Ks from the city, this area is like 30 cents in the buck right now. It is so fucking undervalued. It's not funny. But good incomes. The DSR score is 78, which means there's extremely, extremely high pressure.
Yeah.
And what that should do is continue to lift prices moving forward. In my mind, until Keperra is a $1.5 million suburb, it is dirt cheap. I think it is an incredible buy right now.
The coolest thing about Keperra as well is it is only 9 Ks from the city. And if you look at your neighbouring suburbs that are sort of 5, 6, 7 Ks from the city, they are already priced over $1 million. So you're saving such amount of money just by going a little bit further out from the city as well.
For sure. Now, another one of my favourites out there, number 2 in Brisbane City, is Ferny Hills. I'll talk about the 3rd suburb, Arana Hills, as well at the same time. These are your absolute mum and dad, blue chip, high income earners, people that want to move there, raise their kids there for 30 years and never leave. Your average tenant will stay in your home out there for 5 or 10 years. The average incomes in these suburbs is well over $100,000 per year per household. In Ferny Hills, the percentage of renters is 13%. 87% of people have too much money and they're spending it on fixing up their houses out there. In Arana Hills, it's 20%. I personally bought in Arana Hills. It was the first place that I bought. One of the first places that I bought in Brisbane. Absolutely love it. Extremely high quality area. I actually just heard that a Chinese company bought a bunch of the shopping centres in the area and they're redoing them up at the moment. In some of the neighbouring suburbs like Ferny Grove, etc. There are some of the best schools in all of Brisbane as well.
There's a huge redevelopment happening in Ferny Grove at the moment as well. They're upgrading the train station, putting in a really beautiful new shopping centre with restaurants, retail, commercial, everything that you want. So it is really becoming a very desirable part of Brisbane for a lot of high income earners to be living.
You know, in both of these suburbs, you can buy good property between 850K and $1 million. The vacancy rates are so phenomenally low. I've actually never had a single day of vacancy.
Wow.
I think I've had the property there for 5 or 6 years now. It's just constant because a good manager will advertise a month in advance and there'll be just an immediate bond clean, and then changeover period.
Now let's move a little bit to North Brisbane, talk about the northeastern part of Brisbane. So we're going to go through Clontarf and Margate, but what we're really talking about is the Redcliffe Peninsula. Like, this is a really undervalued pocket of the Brisbane market at the moment, and we absolutely love it. We compare this part of Brisbane quite similarly to the Sutherland Shire of Sydney.
Cronulla,
Caringbah, Woolooware, Burraneer Bay, those types of areas, because it is quite secluded from the city, but it is still super close to the city, and it has a really nice tight-knit community that lives in the area. But let's talk through some of the numbers there, which are staggering.
You know, the thing about these northern beaches is traditionally they've been extremely affordable retiree areas. A lot of people moved from Brisbane or from South and retired there. So you've got just this weird mix, right? Like, you've got properties selling for $2-3 million. The most expensive sale in Brisbane up until a couple of years ago was a mining magnate's house. I think it sold for 11 or 14 million bucks in Scarborough there.
That thing was sick.
You've got the yacht club at Newport.
I think it's in Scarborough as well.
Which has got a huge amount of like very, very high income earners and business people living in the district. But the thing about this area is, like, you can get exceptional houses for that 800 to 900K mark. You can get knockdown and rebuilds for 600 to 650. And you can get these beautiful, beautiful homes, walking distance or a stone's throw to the water for $1 million right now. I see massive potential. Simon and I both own multiple properties in this area. When you look at any other beachside area close to a city of Sydney, Melbourne, Wollongong, Newcastle, Geelong, we're talking like cents in the dollar. Like, we're not even anywhere near 50 cents right now. The vacancy rates are so low. They've just opened a train line to Redcliffe a few years ago. There's a huge university being built just up the road in Peachtree, 10,000 new students in 10 years. And then you've got the Redcliffe Dolphins, which I'm not a huge NRL fan, but I know a football team with all of the jobs, the admin staff, the Leagues Club coming in and opening up next year is going to be massive for the area as well. All of my wife's friends grew up down there and still live there. Most of them have combined incomes of a couple of $100K a year or very good businesses in exceptionally undervalued area to get into at the moment.
My favourite strategy up there at the moment as well, like, you've got multiple options for just your standard buy and hold, but because this area has a lot of the old beach shacks, you can pick these things up for like $650,000, $700,000 at the moment that are really dilapidated, depleted houses, but on beautiful streets with lovely renovated homes surrounding it or knockdown rebuilds. So if you're a handy person and you like renovating homes, amazing strategy up there in the northern beaches of Brisbane. Or if you really want to get stuck in and turn the worst house in the best street to the best house in the best street, you can do a knockdown rebuild strategy up there. So if you're wanting to get stuck in, manufacture a little bit of value, I love the options up there as well. But let's move down to South Brisbane as well, because once again, there is just some amazing opportunities. Now, once the Australian Financial Review came out indicating they believe property prices should double between 2021 and 2032. It really opens up a lot of great opportunities in Brisbane, but there is some suburbs that you want to avoid and some suburbs like the ones that we're talking about today that are absolute gold.
So South Brisbane is kind of beach-wise, we're talking suburbs between about 19 and about 32 Ks, right on the water or just off the water. One of the suburbs is Alexandra Hills, 20 Ks from the city. The number one school in all of Brisbane is Omniston College, which is literally a kilometre from this suburb. You've got train lines running all the way from there back to the CBD. Beautiful beaches, massive amounts of infrastructure, like probably more infrastructure privately going in there per capita than any other place in Australia, and I'll get to that in a moment. But vacancy rates are less than 0.5%. House prices in Alexandra Hills, you're looking at sub $800,000 right now, even 650K in some instances if you take advantage of this little dip in the market right now. A good sized suburb too, 370 houses sold in the last 12 months, which means If you want to release equity in the future, there's lots of houses to compare against. If you want to resell in the future, there's lots of sales, lots of buyers, lots of transactions and families trying to get into the area. Love the place, 4 schools, ridiculous joint at the moment.
And then as you track a little bit closer to the coast and a little bit further south, you've got Cleveland and Victoria Point, which we absolutely love the look of. Now, Cleveland is just about to go through a huge redevelopment down by the harbour there. The Toondah Harbour is going through is it a $2 or a $4 billion redevelopment?
I think it's about a $1.6 billion private, and then whatever the government kicks in on top.
There you go. So huge redevelopment, which is going to be really cool. And, you know, our assumption is they're going to try and convert Cleveland similar to sort of like the Manly of Sydney, where you have the causeway with lots of shops and retail and things like that. And that will be your more central business district. And then you've got your family-friendly areas just a little bit south like Victoria Point. But let's dive into the data here as well.
You know, people earn money down here. The average household income across most of these suburbs is 100, 150 grand per year. Vacancy rates are the lowest in the entire state. Properties rent, if you are, you know, interested in that, which of course we are, extremely quickly. You've got great access to transport, main roads. You've got universities out there as well, like Griffith is just inland from that point. You've got access to beautiful Stradbroke Island, where the ferries go straight off there as well. The Gold Coast isn't far away. There's a particular part of Cleveland called Raby Bay where some of the houses on the water there are selling between $2.5 and $5 million. One of the things I love about this area is because there's such a high concentration of wealth and so much infrastructure coming in at the moment, there's this monster value gap. So I've seen people buy houses for $800K in Cleveland and then spend a $500-600K renovating, and then I've seen them resell for 1.7, 1.8 mil. There's countless examples of beautiful homes, and the average quality of the product in these areas is brick, tile, slab on ground. There's everything from 3-bedroom homes up to 5-6-bedroom McMansions in the area. I think it is the most undervalued pocket of any single beachside suburb on the east coast of Australia. The Financial Review reckons the average house in these areas will go from 700 to about 1.2 to even 1.5 million, some of the analysts are saying, by the Olympic Games. Obviously, we and you have no idea what's going to happen, but it is a gold mine. And as the gentrification and East Coast money comes up, which I think 70,000 people moved into Southeast Queensland last year, we're just seeing it transform by the day. Renos, knockdowns, rebuilds, it's money, and it is an incredibly good long-term asset.
It's really beautiful to see all of this happen in Brisbane, in the market that we like to invest in, where we see so much value moving forward. That particular pocket of Brisbane, a lot of people migrating from Melbourne and Sydney have chosen to live in that Redland Bay district because it's just beautiful and so damn affordable out there as well. And the school districts is second to none in Brisbane as well. So much value out there. These are 8 suburbs that we absolutely love the look of, where you can still purchase great properties below the $1 million mark. And they've got a lot of upside potential moving up to the 2032 Olympic Games. And I appreciate you taking us through the data for those 8 different suburbs as well, because it's not just about a gut feel. The data really backs up the rationale behind these suburbs as well. Now, if you're sitting there and seriously considering purchasing a property up here in Brisbane at the moment and would like a little bit of support, then we do run a buyer's agency where we help a really small number of investors purchase properties throughout the greater Brisbane region every single week. Now, what we'd love to offer you is a free one-on-one strategy session. You can book that by going over to our website, www.pumpedonproperty.com, and following the free strategy session links to lock in a chat with myself, Simon, my brother Ben here, or our sister Crystal. During that strategy session, we'll talk about exactly where you're at right now, where you're wanting to be in the future. We can provide you with a really detailed market update of the Brisbane region, and we can talk about these areas in Brisbane City, North Brisbane, or South Brisbane, and then you can take that information and go and crush it yourself. Or if you want some support, we can hold your hand through the process and you can become one of our clients where we'll help you find an amazing investment grade property. But either way, we wish you all the best of luck and hopefully you've got some value out of today's vid.
Whew, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Getting cool, bro. Yeah.
Oh, it's sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. That's so nice, eh?
Oh.